It's nearly been 1 year since the launch of Guilty Gear Strive for PlayStation and PC. I was in love with it during its launch, playing first as sole bad guy to get to know the basics, then switched to melee rage to improve my zoning, dashes and guard, and then fellow Chip Zenith to improve my combos, manage my health, and get to know the matchups better. With each character I played, Guilty Gear Strive felt different, offered new experiences, new playstyles to discover, new enemies to beat, new combos to conquer. Maybe that's why Guilty Gear Strive earned the award of Best Fighting Game of the Year 2021. No, it's not. It's not just that. When compared to other big fighting game titles like Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat and Tekken and their latest installments, Guilty Gear Strive felt better in terms of accepting newcomers, offering new fighting game content, challenges, visual, music and story. Well, I don't want to get to the story part right away, but I hope you get what I say. If you're afraid of starting to fighting games, lack the self-confidence for this genre, join us. Take a plunge into Guilty Gear Strive, you won't regret it. If you are playing Tekken, Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat or maybe King of Fighters for years and wanna try something new, Guilty Gear Strive that is. Hello everyone, I'm Leo from Arcadenaut and today I will be sharing my love for Guilty Gear Strive with either if you quit the game after a while or have never chance to give it a go, then I think it's time. Why? Because the first season of DLC characters are launched and the developer just announced a crossplay between PC and PlayStation. Guilty Gear is ready to fight against the big boys and I felt like it's best time to start playing Guilty Gear Strive. First of all, Guilty Gear Strive is the best and the most user-friendly fighting game I've ever played. I try to play and experience all fighting games when I have a chance, digging deeper into their gameplay mechanics, characters and contents, and the most easier to approach one felt like Guilty Gear Strive. So there is no need to worry if you have never played Guilty Gear before. Basically just go with the character that you find interesting. An incarnation of pure chaos using handguns while fighting? We have it. A cute whip hunter using anchor and dolphin to crush her enemies? There you have it. A vampire samurai Champloo who can easily beat enemies through 5 or 6 hits? No need to worry. 20 characters with 20 different gameplay mechanics and approach, which is quite easy for players from newcomers to fighting game veterans to find their main. Well, if you can't, just pick the character that you find most interesting, either moveset or visual wise. Right after picking your character, it's time to head to the mission mode. Mission mode contains 5 different levels from beginner to expert, teaching from the most basic moves to medium intermediate combos, helping players to beat nearly 60 or 70% of players, who are mostly impatient. You don't need to complete all courses, but I advise you to complete at least first 3 levels before going into online mode. Trust me, you can see lots of threads, reviews on Steam, people telling that they cannot believe how much they improved by just playing this mission mode and Strive's tutorials. I don't want any of you to quit the game because of your win rate. Fighting games are hell, the road is long, but patience is virtue. Guilty Gear Strive is quite hard to master, characters' base moves differ from baby steps to there is something coming out of me and it's Eddie level. Guilty Gear Strive is the best looking fighting game out there. 2.5D visuals are so unique that you realize right on that point that Arc System Works nailed it again. Each character's animation, whether if it's their punch, slash or heavy slash moves, never ever blend with the background. Always easy to see, from giant flying Buddha statues to cities, air pirate ships, Guilty Gear presents stages matching with its own characters. But its music? Man, Guilty Gear Strive's music. I don't want to talk about the music even. The music speaks for itself. Let me show it to you guys.
Life never goes our way that you want, that's how it is. To feast, bring it out, keep grinding, diving deep like cold steel. I won't face my doom, sayonara. That's why go forward, don't look back. I can't believe in the path I'm on.
Fights are fast. Most of the characters hit like a truck. Some characters do 10 hit combos to do 60% damage, some do just 4. But still, Guilty Gear Strive feels fair. Of course, some characters need some buffs here and there, but all characters have their own unique charm. Guilty Gear Strive is not flawless. Well, at least it's not 100% flawless. In my honest opinion, single player content is quite lacking when compared to latest gen fighting games. If you still don't feel ready for online matchmaking, only single player content you can do is arcade and survival. Arcade consists of 8 stages, fight difficulties differ to your outcome of performance, but content wise, not quite satisfying. Survival mode on the other hand, as you can understand from its name, fighting against CPU enemies with your health bar carrying from battle to battle. And last but not least, story mode, it's not playable but rather like an animation, maybe a visual novel. Players need to know the events of the previous game, Guilty Gear XR, to understand what's going on. Who is Universal Will? That man? This man? What is happening? Will be the questions that you would ask by yourself. The lore is rich, but it takes quite some time and effort to understand it fully, but I'm sure it will make you enjoy the Guilty Gear Strive even more. I love Guilty Gear Strive and I'm hooked to it once again. I'm trying to learn, maybe even to master hardest characters, but the road is long and the Japanese players are ruthless. Maybe we meet in a lobby or in a match. Or you know what, just add me on somewhere if you own the game. Let's carry the Guilty Gear's legacy further to a new audience.
Duel 3. Let's rock!